What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a jam-packed episode of Friday Night SmackDown, one of the better ones I've seen in quite a while.
4 weeks until Wrestlemania. And we finally were able to see what we've all been waiting for. Cody Rhodes promising to show up on SmackDown, and that he did to confront Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns actually out first. He actually cut a good promo, a little bit of a promo until finally Cody Rhodes comes out relieving that anger with all that tension built up in the WWE Universe. Everybody's been wanting to see it. Rhodes could have lost his cool, but he didn't. Roman Reigns just basically saying, your dad loved me and I loved your dad, and I'm the son your dad had always wanted.
Yeah.
I think it was a great segment. The hype towards WrestleMania, it certainly was just awesomely played out by not just Roman Reigns, but Cody Rhodes as well. Roman Reigns, storyteller he is, he did very well on the mic tonight. Roman didn't lose his cool. Cody didn't lose his cool. Things that Roman could have said. The crowd was into it, and it was just A+ booking right there. Got me even more pumped up, and it is super personal. Let alone all this kayfabe, all this nonsense. You know what I mean? This is actually real life. This is Cody Rhodes. This is Dusty Rhodes. This is Cody's meaning as basically Dusty Rhodes' child. If he loses at WrestleMania, he's basically nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a phenomenal way to kick off the show. Really got the crowd into it. They were hot all night. One of the better crowds I've seen on SmackDown in quite a while.
Oh, speaking of hot, I mean, the crowd was hot all night, especially with their opening contest. I think it was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. I think Rhea Ripley came out first. Just a nice pop for both women. Relentless Rhea Ripley, just ragdolling Liv Morgan around. Ripley actually defeats Liv Morgan via submission. Now, Liv Morgan, she's popular, man. And you know what? She gave a fight. And even though it was the right call to have Ripley tap Liv Morgan out, I think it still elevated Liv Morgan in another level. I mean, Rhea Ripley's hot towards WrestleMania. Everybody knows she has to win that women's championship at WrestleMania for validation. And why take an L on the road to WrestleMania? It just keeps solidifying her status towards the biggest night of the year. And you know what? I'm all there for it.
Absolutely, man. You know what? This was a great match. A little girl actually cried ringside because Liv
Oh, it
Morgan
was great.
losing. So you know what? Building up that heat for Rhea Ripley as a heel and building her stock up towards WrestleMania. It's going to be one hell of a match between her and Charlotte Flair, and I cannot wait for it.
Building up towards WrestleMania, we're still not sure about what's going on with Rey Mysterio and his opponent for WrestleMania. I'm not sure if they're going to do this or not with him and Dominic, but Santos Escobar takes on Dominic Mysterio. Quick altercation backstage. Santos Escobar interfering with Dominic and Rhea Ripley. A quick interview. Santos telling Dominic to go to the ring alone to settle business, man on man, hombre on hombre. Rhea Ripley, of course, shows up. Dominic brought his girlfriend, Michael Cole. He told us multiple times tonight, Dominic's girlfriend. Oh, the girlfriend of Dominic, Dominic's babe, Dominic's mommy. Oh man, it was nonstop. I got it. I know they're dating. Okay, I know they're boyfriend girlfriend. But nonetheless, Rhea Ripley ended up actually causing a disqualification, allowing Dominic to hit a frog splash for the win where the ref wasn't actually looking. She hit a riptide onto Escobar on the outside floor. Crazy good. It just amplified Rhea Ripley, just the meaning of Rhea Ripley, her brutality, like another China. And it also elevated Dominic a little bit more. Rey Mysterio came out after to confront Dominic. Dominic actually kind of just hit him with a sucker punch, tearing his mask apart that Santos brought to the ring. So great storytelling there, elevating both Santos Escobar and both the Dominic and Rey storyline.
I gotta say, man, Rhea Ripley taking on these men, man, hitting that riptide on ringside, dude. It just is so awesome to see a woman really take it on to the men. I mean, show her physicality, man. We haven't seen this in a while, like you said, since someone like China, and it's really boosting her stock on the show. And if she doesn't win that title at WrestleMania, there's gonna be hell to pay, man. People are gonna be upset.
I think so. There's going to be hell to pay. Speaking of boost, I think that's a great word for the next segment. So Drew McIntyre hit the ring, actually calling out Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Gunther was the only one who didn't show up. He basically, Drew McIntyre basically had everybody else from the back come out. It was actually Sheamus who came out first. telling Drew that he's basically being selfish. He's not being, a good brother that he used to be. It's all about him. Telling everybody that this Intercontinental Championship means everything to him, Sheamus, and basically him and Drew kind of butt heads a little bit. Slowly see some tension building. I like what they're doing, bringing out LA Knight to a huge pop. Then New Day and Karrion Kross, everybody interrupting, leading to a brawl. It's going to be interesting with Karrion Kross standing tall, of course, to end this segment with Scarlett. We will learn that we will have a fatal four-way match. LA Knight, New Day, I think it's Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston, Karrion Kross, and Drew McIntyre next week on a SmackDown fatal four-way matchup. Whoever wins is going to face, I think, Gunther at WrestleMania. Going to be certainly interesting. Definitely a Triple H booking there. But you know what? The crowd was involved, and Gunther made a statement afterwards backstage, and it's all for the glory of the Intercontinental Championship.
I have to ask you, man, who would you think your desired opponent for Gunther would be at WrestleMania for that Intercontinental Championship?
It only makes sense for Drew McIntyre to win a title in front of a live crowd. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
I prefer it would be a WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship. But if it's going to be Drew, so be it. And honestly, it could either be LA Knight, so be it, right? Or either any of the New Day. New Day really doesn't need it. They're kind of just filler in there. But it's got to be either LA Knight, Drew McIntyre. I don't see Sheamus taking it either.
Yeah, man, my top two would probably be Drew McIntyre, just to hear that crowd pop, winning like a championship in front of a live crowd. He certainly deserves it. But you know what? LA Knight with his promos, man, I absolutely love him. So I wouldn't mind him being the Intercontinental Championship, the Intercontinental Champion either.
I wouldn't either. Now, what I did mind, oh man, just kind of turned away from this. So earlier in the afternoon, Tegan Nox attacked Ronda Rousey, injuring her arm, instigating a brawl with Shayna Baszler with a tag team match pitched Nox and Natalya versus Baszler, and Rousey didn't actually happen from the altercation. Before the show, we actually see Tegan Nox battling Shayna Baszler in a one-on-one match. Ronda Rousey ringside for Shayna and Natalya ringside for Nox. Baszler defeated Nox. Okay. Nox wasn't. I don't know how I feel about Natalya and Tegan Nox here, but you know what? Didn't really further anything. Tapping Nox out with an armbar, Shayna Baszler. Nothing really went anywhere. But they're elevating the storyline between all four women. Not really sure if it's gonna conclude at WrestleMania. But all I can remember from last week is Ronda Rousey, I think it was telling Tegan Nox to taste the rainbow.
Oh, boy. You know what? If they're trying to build up the SmackDown women's division for the tag team titles, I get it. This match really isn't doing it for me. I mean, let's just move on to bigger and better things.
Let's move on to bigger and better. Let's talk about the Almighty actually showing his face at SmackDown. Michael Cole was certainly interested and confused to why. And of course, we all knew why. It was because of Bray Wyatt. Bobby Lashley basically calling out Bray Wyatt. Arena went dark. The lights came back on. Uncle Howdy was in the ring. Actually, I think it was Lashley went to go attack Uncle Howdy, who jumped him from behind. Or excuse me, Uncle Howdy jumped Bobby Lashley from behind. Bobby Lashley, I think he was going for a spear, something like that. Lights turned off. Uncle Howdy was gone as the lights turned back on. Lashley had no idea what was going on. Certainly interesting. We could have gotten maybe a little bit more, but we're seeing it's a problem with Bray Wyatt that the build has to be very slow for everything because it's very hard to work with this type of character. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know what? I'm here for it, though. Bobby Lashley's going to be Bray's first test back, really, in his return. And you know what? I can honestly see Bobby Lashley pulling off the win at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so, too. Now let's head towards our main event. Sami Zayn against Solo Sikoa. Now, earlier in the night, Roman Reigns told both Jimmy and Solo to take care of Sami Zayn. All right. Now, if Jimmy Uso can't get Jay back in the bloodline within, I think, a week or so, he's blaming everything on Jimmy, rather Sami Zayn. So he wants everything taken care of Sami Zayn tonight. So what did we get? You see Solo and Sami one-on-one. Hot, quick-paced matchup. All right. Sami Zayn from the underdog, as the underdog, fought back. Everybody kind of, getting scared. All right. What's going on? Roman was backstage actually watching. It was just awesome. They were panning back and forth towards the ring and then towards backstage with Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa with a quick W as Sami Zayn was going to go for a haluva kick. Jimmy Uso pulls Solo aside, just a quick hair. Sami Zayn misses the haluva kick. Solo took the W. I think it was a Samoan spike. Now, after the match, Sikoa and Uso beat Sami Zayn down, actually taking a chair as Solo was about to run into the corner to break Sami's neck with the chair in his shoved around his neck. However they did it, Jimmy Uso stops him for a second, says, let me do it. You can tell it was kind of burning time a little bit, right? That's what it was planning out. And as Jimmy Uso was setting up ready to go, Sami Zayn recovers, hits Solo with the chair, haluva kicks Jimmy with a haluva kick. Like I said, I just think it was an awesome way to end the segment. Roman Reigns was fuming backstage. Sami Zayn got up and was able to escape the crowd without being touched by Jimmy or Solo Sikoa. Match was fine, but the post-match booking was phenomenal.
Absolutely. I really love how they're keeping Sami Zayn at the top of the card, even though he did lose at the Elimination Chamber. Still creating havoc for that bloodline, man. I don't know what Roman's going to do about it. I'm sure the Tribal Chief has some plans. We'll just have to wait and see. I think this is a great build-up for WrestleMania. They're really starting to put the cards in place. And I cannot wait to see what happens next.
Now, what we don't know is what matches are going to be night 1 and night 2, which are going to be certainly interesting. I think they're going to probably throw it out literally like a week or so before the event, which I kind of want to know, what's happening night 1, what's happening night 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Triple H wants to keep everybody guessing. If he keeps up with these phenomenal booking decisions, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
A show. And I think this is an A+ show.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. Let us know what you guys thought about tonight's show. Always like, comment, subscribe. We will have a NASCAR race recap for you Sunday, and Matt and I will see you Tuesday with a Monday Night Raw recap. Until then, peace out.
Peace.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.